Record.
Bobby Moore and Sir Jeff Hurst, the trailer looking at Billy Bones, Paolo Di Canio, West Ham United. We celebrate our victories, we stick together in defeat. I'm proud of our history, West Ham United, more than just a podcast. More than just a podcast.
Hello, good evening and welcome. It's more than just a podcast. Yes, after last week's successful show, people, we've reunited again. And the boys are back. Say hello, Len, where are you?
I'm in the lounge, mate. Getting ready to be rubbed up the wrong way because you know who's back.
Yeah, who's back? Well, anyway, John, how you doing? Good to hear you again.
I'm doing well, mate. Yeah, it's good to be back.
Yeah,
I enjoyed it last week.
It was good last week. And as we're mentioning last week, let's crack on with the first game. So,
I'll get my coat, shall I?
Oh dear. Oh, sorry, people. It's gate crashed. Crying, where's me invite? Dear, oh dear. Sean, where are you? What are you doing?
I'm in my Tesla talking to you.
Oh, you're back then. You had your week off. You picked your car up.
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not crashed it yet.
Nearly. Autonomous driving is not completely ready, but don't go around sharp corners with auto drive on because it doesn't work. But motorways.
Why would you buy a car and then let the car drive you?
Because that's what it does, right?
No, and that's the bonkers thing about it. No, it shouldn't be. But this ain't a car podcast.
It's
people.
not.
It's not a Tesla podcast or an Elon Musk podcast.
Musky?
Although we should branch out and maybe do one.
Yeah, it's a West Ham United podcast, and we've had a game.
Two games.
We had two games. Oh, yeah, 2 games. Well, we had 2 games last week, but no one noticed we didn't talk about
we didn't,
the first one.
Weren't a bad performance the first one either last week.
No, that's right. But anyway, I digress. So, look, we'll quickly cover the first game then. We all watched it. This is the 2-0 win in Larnaca. Gary Larnaca, to be
absolutely
to be precise. Oh, go on then. Since you weren't here last week, jump in.
Well, mediocre performance, good result though. You know, they stopped us playing our game. You know, they weren't our class. You felt, are we going to get going or are we going to be embarrassed? Giant killing. But lucky enough, Mikel Antonio turned up to save the day and should have got a hat-trick. Almost a perfect hat-trick. Header. Was it left foot, and then almost did he hit the post with his right foot, or vice versa?
Vice versa.
Vice versa. Almost a perfect hat trick, but you know we were too strong for them in the end, and job done. Job done. On to the quarterfinals we go. Right, I've spoken too soon.
Yeah, possibly. Did you watch it, John?
I did, yeah. Yeah.
Anything worry you? Anything?
I was just about to say that, you know, we were too strong for them and our job done and all that. Well, for the last sort of 15, 20 minutes, they came on and, you know, we were being pegged back. So,
Was you concerned at all?
not overly concerned. Antonio's his second goal was like a really good finish, but I would have liked them to push on and got another one, maybe 2. But, you know, they did allow them to get back into the game and, you know, I guess they might come at us and have a go and throw it all at us straight away, knowing that we let them back in towards the end of the game. We'll see. Time will tell.
Got nothing to lose, have they?
They haven't.
No. Len, how did you see it last night?
Yeah, shit. Really. I mean, I can't believe they never asked me on Match of the Day. You know, no, just dog shit. I can't work out how you want to play the same way against a team of baggage handlers.
Oh, that's a bit harsh. We got in trouble for talking about
They were
farmers
fucking
and stuff.
ponies. They were fucking
don't
rubbish.
Don't steal
Call
my...
people. All right, but don't call
But you
people
can't
faggot
play
cans,
against them
huh?
the same way as you do against the teams in the Premier League who are playing the Champions League. Come on, get
Sometimes
real.
it's hard to play lower.
Oh,
position.
fucking...
It is hard
But
because they don't
it's-
know the rules.
It's risky. It's a
It
big
is.
risk. It's risky.
Yeah.
Larnaca actually have played Champions League and Europa League this season.
Bravo.
So that's another team that we've beat that's played Champions League football.
You know,
Where did they play Champions League? July?
I think it was, yes.
Yeah.
We did get 2 injuries as well. Let's got to remember. So they did try and take lumps out of us, you know. Both
So,
Antonio
it was-
and
how you can make
Qatar
that...
and Downs all got injuries. So
I
you
mean,
know.
it had the ingredients for anything you wanted, and guess what? Moyes made it boring. Congratulations.
It'd be too risky, wouldn't it? Put 2 up front or anything like
Oh,
that.
goodness me.
Don't
Caution
concede,
to the
don't
wind.
concede.
I don't know, there's a bit of me that thinks, but if you're going to play that way, better to keep the shape that you're going to play constantly. So it's obviously constantly going to play that way.
You think?
Well, I think we know now, don't we? So actually, I'm not going to criticise him for not, why play 2 up front when we know he ain't going to do it? And also, why play a 2 up front when it might embarrass him? And we might get...
Does he care about that?
Well, does he? I don't know. You tell me.
Well, I'll tell you something. Did you look at the stats? They were interesting.
Oh, I'm old running the show tonight.
I know, but did you look at them?
Well, I'm not bothered about them, Sean. At the end of the day, yeah, they are a pub team. Yeah, Larnaca.
How many shots?
I don't care, Sean.
How many shots?
I don't care.
Humour me.
Humour me. Oh, I went to the doctors the other day. I told him I think I had a hereditary illness. And he said, what's the matter with you? I said, well, I've got diarrhea. And he went, that's not hereditary. I said, what if it's in my genes?
It's not funny.
No?
Waiting for the punchline.
Oh, right.
No, that was the punchline.
Oh, was it? Oh, sorry, I
Yeah,
missed it.
as in trousers, James.
Yeah, I got it. You don't need to explain it. If you have to explain, it's not funny.
Well, we never know with you.
15 shots, 4 on target. 9 shots, 4 on target for us.
See, pub team.
We're saying that they were they got 4 shots on target. That's more than we do some games, to be fair. They had 14 corners, by the way.
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
had
I know.
0.
That's
0.
simple as shit.
It don't matter. It's all about goals, isn't it?
We fouled more than them as well. 14 fouls to their 6, so not quite a pub team.
Arrogant. It's amazing how arrogant these guys are. That's us, by the way, people. They make condescending comments about players and leagues they don't even watch. Anyone
Why
who
we don't
plays
fucking watch
in
it?
the EPL is automatically a better player than plays in the Farmers League.
Well, because they would be, wouldn't they?
What's EPL?
That's I don't. That's Can Eve via Apple Podcasts.
What's EPL?
I don't listen. I don't know. But Can Eve, if you're still listening, I don't fucking care. To be fair, but
You
thanks for
probably
your
don't.
comment. Though to be fair, I think your 1 star was a bit harsh.
Yeah.
I-
It's
I-
English Premier League,
if-
by the way.
if-
I do know what it is,
yeah,
but
if-
to people outside of the UK, English Premier League.
Can Eve, if you can leave a comment and a like, I'd rather take your 1 star and shove it up your fucking ass.
Yeah.
All right,
You know?
calm down.
Well, no. If
It's
you
fucking Cyprus, mate.
yeah.
You're not
We live
supposed
in
to
a
be good at football.
democracy. We live in democracy. Everyone's entitled to an
No,
opinion.
he can say what he like, and I've just answered it. So, people, if you want to go and slag us off, and I do enjoy it, yeah, but just don't leave a star. Put no stars, because if you don't like it, even 1 star's a bit of a thing, you know. Just go. This is shit. I'm never listening again. And then, because you're not listening, we'll poke fun at you. But anyway, so second leg, what's happening?
Oh, dear.
I mean, so we're all looking forward
So
to
have
the
you been
second leg.
saving that up?
I have,
ever
mate. I'll
since?
tell you what, since I read it, I thought, fucking give us 1 star.
That was ages ago, wasn't it? George dug it
Yeah,
out.
2021.
Let it go.
I doubt if
you
he's
know.
gonna
There
be
you go,
listening.
He's not going to be listening.
It might
2 years
be.
later.
Listen, I still remember the person that slagged me off for having a go at women's football and said I'm never listening again. And, shut the door on your way out when you're
You need
watching
to have a
upload.
bit more rhino skin.
So, yeah. Anyway, I'm over it now. So, we're all looking forward to the second leg. It's done and dusted, realistically, isn't it, people?
I should hope so.
Yeah.
I really do hope so. Gonna be a cracking atmosphere there, though, isn't it? I can't wait to watch it on TV.
So,
Listen
so
to Carlton
basically,
explain that one.
As you know, there's 28,000 tickets remaining.
Yeah.
Why would we know that, Sean?
Because I told you earlier.
He tells you every fucking half an hour.
Yeah.
You have a 6'2" post.
And you ain't going to be one of them, Nigel. You're not going, Fairweather fan. I mean, John, I understand.
I've got a ticket.
You got a ticket, but you're not going.
And that ticket may be used, so I called in at the club when they draw up their hit list. I'd have been there.
Let's see.
What hit list?
What hit list?
Oh, shut up. Shut up.
Anyway, so that's Thursday night done. We did well in Europe. For me personally, I think if we'd have played better opposition, we'd have played better. And that's the way I see it. I think after going 2-0 up a bit early, they sort of went, oh, these are shit. We'll just fucking tap it about.
Can I say one other thing we didn't say? Well done to all the bloody fans who, including Dodsey, who just, through the snow, they had cancelled. I mean, Dodsey got up at 5 o'clock in the morning to get a bloody bus. Who gets a bus? Then goes to Bristol Airport, gets bus to...
Fucking madman.
Gets
Absolute
bus to
madman.
Manchester Airport, right? Goes over to Larnaca, and on the way back, because it's cheap. I saw him on Sunday. Went via Latvia on the way home. Who goes via Latvia? Well,
Someone who likes
saying
prostitutes, I reckon.
Stelios did the same. To get a £60 flight, he went via Romania to Cyprus. But no, fair play to the 1,600 people, not the ones who did cocaine and fell out of minibuses, obviously, but the others. Well done to them that made the effort.
What was that?
Did you not hear about that, John?
No, what was that?
A West Ham fan ended up in hospital in a bad way. He fell out of a bus
After sitting on the window.
Yes, after
was
sitting
his
on the
movements,
window.
Yeah.
And obviously was in a bad way. But when I think the police arrested the driver driving with drugs. There was drugs. Yeah, so.
They're all done. They're arrested.
Yeah.
Is he all right? Or?
We've not heard. We've not had an update yet. By the sounds of it, he's probably fell out of the car while it was moving and took a bad whack to the head. So there's not been an update. Obviously, they made light of the fact that the drugs that they were all on, or not all of them, but the drugs have been found in the party.
Don't do drugs, kids.
Coming off the back of now what we know to have happened at the Nottingham Forest game, where listen, if you're gonna do it, people, I'll give you a tip.
Put your fucking phone away.
Yeah, this back in the day we didn't flash it about. We just got on with it. Crack on. If you're gonna take
Plus,
something,
every fucker's gonna want some.
Yeah, well.
Well, we got that video almost straight away.
The same day, yeah.
Yeah. Well, so we all saw it the same day on WhatsApp. And it took, another 2 weeks?
Till you released it. Well done, Sean.
I did not release it.
No, you're not the grass.
I'm not a grass.
Anyway, it's just... who do they ban, though? When they ban...
They banned everyone in the video, I think.
How can they ban everyone in the video? One person, only one person, actually. I don't think it's illegal to have cocaine on your head, Sean.
Well, my understanding is they banned multiple people.
And it's not illegal to film someone taking drugs.
Well, I think they banned them all, subject to...
yeah, well, that's a bit harsh then, really.
I think it is probably a little bit harsh. Stupid of them, but harsh.
Yeah.
People were tooting on me head.
Not allowed to have fun. I don't know if you saw my video that's now got 700,000 views of the stewards telling us in 1-1 and 1-1-2 to sit down yesterday. And it's like he's just smiling, going, sit down. And then another bloke's going, you are breaking the law because of ground regulations. Please sit down, ladies and gentlemen. No one listening to him.
Yeah. I like the little Indian bloke walking up behind. It's just he'd even gave up.
The best video is the second one where the bloke goes, there's a bloke standing up over there, mate. You seen that one?
Where did you put these videos?
I put them on Twitter.
Oh, I didn't
One
see
had
them.
700,000, the other one had, 50. 6,000.
New Twitter's shit, isn't it? With this
Yeah, it is a bit
changing
weird.
I'm
timelines.
getting everyone on my timeline, people I don't even follow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I don't get.
It's weird.
Who knows? Don't say anything against Elon Musk though. 'Cause it's not an Elon Musk podcast.
No.
Well, he's fucked it up, so. Anyway.
Blasphemer.
Anyway, so we move on now after European travels to Sunday's game.
Mm.
3 of us were there. We all had a little meet up before the game in
We
the
did,
supporters
didn't
club.
we? In the support club, yeah.
Yeah, so that was
That's
nice
when the
little
fun
job.
ended, wasn't it?
I don't know. I don't know. It was good in the supporters club, I must admit.
And we had David Housing. No, I see. I've forgotten it again.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had David
Dave.
with us from New York State.
Yeah, he's over. He'll be there Thursday.
Oh, yeah.
Not sitting
No
next
one
to me.
else? Where is he?
He's supposed to be. He's sitting next to me.
Well, I'll get him to come down with
So
me.
yeah. So.
So I'll sort him out. At least he'll be
Well,
with us.
if you know anyone who wants to get in the ground, Sean.
You can't give tickets away, mate. I have got some tickets to give away, by the way. If any kids under 18 want it, I can get tickets for free.
Right.
But they can't give enough tickets away. So no,
No,
I can't get a sale for you. What are you looking
No, I don't want to sell. So I just.
Right, a freebie.
Yeah, that's what
You know, I'd have to pay. Even I offered John to drive him, and he's
Yes.
You've reneged on that deal. You were like, I'm
Yeah,
not
you was
sure
just
now.
welching on it there.
I'm not sure about that now. I might have to get the train and then
It's back on the table, John. I'll
what?
pick you up
Full on back on the table.
Thursday.
Let's discuss it after.
And he'll buy all the beers.
Right, well, hang on a minute. I've got to drive.
Anyway, so Sunday's game, we were all going there a bit excited to watch the winning streak continue. How did we see it? So let's start with. Did you watch it, John?
I saw the first half.
That's good. Let's start with the first half with you. So we're going to call you first half John from now
There
on.
you go. Well, that's because my daughter come out of hospital and I had to go.
Oh, congratulations, John, on your
thank
first
you.
grandchild.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you.
Harry, innit? Baby Harry.
Yeah, Harry Louis. Yeah.
The dad's not a
Prince
Spurs
Harry.
fan, is he?
No, he's a Chelsea fan.
And it's not after Prince Harry.
No, it's not. So yes, the game was. It was a better start, a bit more energy, a bit more of a go at them. It looked like they were having a go at them, and we seemed to be pressing and doing all right. And then they had one attack and scored. So put a little bit of dampener on it, didn't it, for a little while?
So you get to see it on TV, where we only get one look at it. Where did the defence go wrong there with their goal?
Kira's got completely sold, and he was out of position, and they got him behind him. Basically, I don't know about him. When we first got him, and he had the odd own goal, didn't he? And got caught a couple of times. I think I said on here, I think he's a decent player. He just needs to settle in, but he doesn't seem to be settling in.
No.
And it's like, where is he going to settle into? Is he a central defender or is he a right back? Because he's not doing very well in either position.
I've got a real problem with right backs. I mean, Ben Johnson's no better, really, with Sufau out for some time. It's a real problem.
But yeah, no, it was him that got caught out for the goal. And then, then I just, everyone was. There isn't no atmosphere. We can talk about atmosphere later. It's a horrible game to watch on the TV. There's no atmosphere there, and it was just the same old, wasn't it? Really, after that, and they tried to get up again. I think we talked last week, didn't we, about the Brighton goal, the penalty. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Well, that was our Brighton penalty we got back.
He
Was it?
bought it.
Yeah, he bought it.
He bought really, or was it?
I think he bought it. He was kind of bundled into and then made the most of it.
All right.
So,
It was soft.
and it was
Well, Paquetá, you're saying, bought it.
yeah.
Oh.
And I mean, Benrahma finished it really well.
Yeah, bloody good.
It's a really
Great penalty, wasn't it?
good penalty, but if only he could hit the target when he shoots him outside the box.
10 shots on goal.
What, him?
Yeah, 10 shots himself. We
It was
don't get
always-
that even.
I think he was the only one who had a shot. He was the only one shooting.
He
Yesterday.
just lacks that final bit of
Well-
quality. But so yeah, that was my opinion of the first. And then I watched that till the half-time whistle went, and off I went. So and then I came back and asked, how did we get on? Did Skamaka get on? Did he get given a go? And
No.
got told the rest of it. So over to someone else, really. What else happened?
Len, what is there anything you want to sort of add
Yeah,
to that? Go on.
plenty. Because I saw, obviously I was there,
Mhm.
and I watched it again today. First thoughts, I wasn't too disappointed with the way they played in terms of individual performances. And I thought there was some tactical nous from Moyes for a change, that the long diagonal balls from the fullbacks to the wingers were working. And it was a good idea because Villa had a higher line and quite a condensed. It condensed them because they often threw 4 players into the box. Their wingers joined the attack, and thus their fullbacks joined the attack, which is why Kehrer was having such a hard time on the left, because it was like almost like they doubled up on him, but really the whole team was moving forward as a unit. It was quite impressive. But when I watched it again today, I thought Moyes let himself down a bit, because although this tactic was working well, these long diagonal balls, Souček and Ings were completely redundant, and he left them off the old game. Now the statistics were that Souček touched the ball 20 times or 21 times, and Ings 10. But in the second half, I counted Souček make 6 touches of the ball. The game was just bypassing him. He wasn't getting involved. Paquetá was booked because he made the tackle that Souček didn't make.
But then was Moyes right though to take Paquetá off?
Well, he only had another 13 minutes to see out. And what was disappointing about, by the time that Cornet come on, which I thought would have been a decent tactic earlier on because of the high line.
Yeah, they needed to get pace on, didn't they? Because they were playing high.
Absolutely.
They needed to get in behind.
Then no one could get a ball to him other than the same long ball. So you had Souček on for 90 minutes, contributing nothing. Regardless of form, he's in that form, the role was completely redundant. But he can't help himself but play him there. He literally did nothing. And you think to yourself, well, if Ings is struggling up front on his own, especially with the tactics, why aren't you bringing another player on closer to him? Because you could have brought on, I think, really, looking at it again, at 65 minutes, even 70 minutes, I think if you brought on Cornet and Paquetá and took off Souček and well, take your pick. Skamaka and Cornet, and took off Souček and one other of his choice. It could have still been Ings, to be fair. I thought we could have got a winner. And looking at it, looking back on it, seeing the criticism that Moyes got, unfortunately it was justified because he just wasn't brave enough to make the. It's just he played it too safe on the game. Looking at it now, that we could have won, especially at home. We could have won it, and I thought he settled for a point, and I didn't. It was a game that, you know, we had enough to win it, especially at home. So I'm a little bit disappointed. Not Yeah, that's about it.
When
for me.
did he bring Cornet on? What?
5 minutes to go.
Right.
Look, nearly scored, John. Nearly scored.
Did
Oh,
he?
we was off fucking side every
One on
every
one.
time.
One on
No,
one.
he was
But
offside.
he was offside, Sean.
Oh, he was offside.
He was
John.
offside
didn't-
every
you're
time.
right. He was
Every
offside,
time
but
he was offside.
He didn't still put the ball in the net whether he was offside or not.
And really, it was almost in his own half, and he was still offside. Completely done the geezer for pace. The kid's got to learn, right? Because every single time the ball's passed to him, he makes his run too soon. He's got the pace. He's going to be a very frustrating player.
I mean, we had 6 offsides, and I swear 5 of them were Cornet.
Yeah,
In 5 minutes.
yeah.
There you go. But it sounds, I mean, I like the sound of bringing him on for Souček and then
Game was made
Skamaka
for him.
just in.
Well,
Skamaka
there's a
just in front
story
of
to
him.
that, John. And the story is, and you've probably missed this, that he was getting Skamaka ready. And Skamaka, there's a picture of Skamaka sitting on his
I've
haunches.
seen that, yeah. when he
Waiting.
sat on the,
And in the end, after 5 minutes of waiting, he tells him to put his coat back on, and he puts on Cornet instead. And he was asked after the game, "Why'd you do that?" And he
I've
basically
seen
said,
down
"Well,
the words. Yeah.
you
Because
know,
he's different.
well, I think Cornet gives us a bit different." And then he was asked about why doesn't Skamaka get minutes, and he basically said, "Well, I'm paraphrasing. Yeah, he doesn't apply himself. You know, he needs to do a bit
Statistically short.
more, and you know, you read it yourself." But he
I've
threw him
read
under
it,
the
yeah.
bus.
Has
Yeah,
he got a
threw him
point?
Yeah.
Go on, Sean.
Well, look, we don't know. The only problem we don't know is we don't see enough of Skamaka lately since his injury to know what's happening in training.
Well, even before his injury, he didn't get much of a go, did he?
But I think they're playing him wrong. So you know, it's a bit difficult to agree with Moyes unless he's played in the right position. Like
I think you.
Allaire, we never played him in his proper positions. We don't know how good Skamaka is. He looked good, lively when he first started, but he looks like he doesn't want to play anymore. I don't know if that's to do with his change of agent or he's unhappy.
He's talking about physical statistics, and I'll go as far as saying I think you find that Frank McAvenny had bad physical statistics, but I think him and Cotty would have ate them up 4 or 5-0 weekend. With a high line like that, McAvenny would have had a day out, really. Couldn't care less about the physical statistics of it. I mean, you really to see the Souček's role, seeing is actually believing. I've never seen nothing like it.
Well, I'll
So
tell you
to
who
say
else-
one thing like that, and to sort of literally have a player on the field out the game, he was
I'll
completely
tell
out
you
of the
one
game.
other person, and I know you mentioned Souček. I thought Declan Rice had one of his worst
Oh,
games.
stinker!
Yeah.
Absolute stinker. Yeah, probably one of some.
After Kira, I mean, don't get me wrong. I think Kira was the worst, you know. But and Ings, as you said earlier, was really ineffective. You know, he was completely isolated. But,
Yeah,
But he's isolated, though, isn't it? That's
Yeah.
the thing. You can't keep putting a single striker up there on his own and leave him
yeah.
isolated.
But
You've got to-
Rice just didn't turn up. He just wasn't that heart of midfield that we've seen him so many times. There was something off on his game.
very strange.
Skamaka's
behaviour.
played. I'll give you what he's done. So he's played. He started 11 and come on 5 times as a sub in the Premier League, and he's only scored 3 goals. So
Okay.
he's appeared in 16 of the what have we played? 27, 28 games. But
What's he scored 7 or 8 or something like that?
yeah, but he's got 4 in Europe.
Yeah.
In 4 games. But I think most of them came in Denmark. What?
But who is scoring goals?
Well,
though?
no,
you
but
can't use that stat on it.
No,
the-
what I'm trying to say is that he's only completed 90 minutes 3 times out of those 11 starts.
The thing is, yeah, he's new to the league. He's new to the country. He's settling in, all this sort of stuff. So at some point, someone's got to have a bit of faith in him, or none of us are football managers, but a lot of us manage people, and everyone's different. Everyone needs a little bit of something different, or to, and he strikes me as someone who needs an arm round him or whatever, But what you don't do is what Moyes has just done, and it's for as much as you will all sort of like want him to succeed. When he started, his first couple of goals he scored, we all thought, God, we've got one here. We finally got a striker. And then it just strikes me now is that we've got a hell number 2 coming on our hands. And
he sold for a loss. I mean,
he's going to be got. And this is a question I'd like you to put to your senior source, Sean, who tells you this and tells you that. Is he really, really, totally and honestly willing to stand by this manager
we'll
to
talk
save
about
the
that
costs
later. We'll
and
talk about that
expense or
later.
whatever?
We'll talk about that later.
But to the detriment of Scamacca will be gone in the summer, and we will sell him for 15, 17 million or whatever. Lose 20, lose 10, 15 million. Is he always going to be happy doing this, or is he going to come to the conclusion at some point he needs a proper manager who can manage people?
A football agent who can't be named said about LR, you've had your pants pulled down to the chairman and said, Frankfurt are laughing at you. And he was, I just thought he was talking rubbish at the time, but he was right. He said the same for Scamacca.
So I mean he was right.
Well, it was right.
Hilaire went on to
we had our
Ajax.
pants pulled down. He didn't work for us. We had our pants pulled down.
Yeah,
and
but
we sold him at a loss.
If he does work for us, then he's well worth that money.
Yeah, true. But
he went to Ajax and became the leading goal
but it's
scorer in the Champions League, and then played.
But at the same
it's a
time,
Farmers League, though. Sorry.
Oh, yeah, but
What,
the Champions League,
Champions League.
Yeah, but who were they playing?
Holland's best ever team, Sean.
Who were they playing?
And he's now. Where's he now? He's at Dortmund or somewhere now.
He's at Dortmund, yeah.
So he's not.
It didn't work for us, did it?
No, it didn't work for us.
Scamacca, I got told by the same agent that we've got our pants pulled down as well, paying 30 million. He's worth half of that.
But it's Moyes' choice.
Is this the same agent that helped do the deal for Paquetá?
I couldn't possibly.
And that ain't really shone a lot.
Well, yeah, I possibly couldn't
So
comment
perhaps
on that.
tell your smooth and silky friend, people in glass houses shouldn't throw stones.
Yeah, maybe.
But because Paquetá's another one. He strikes you as someone who's really, really good, and then really, really shit.
He got the strop, did you? See, he stormed down the tunnel when he was taken off and came back. And
but you can't keep.
Moyes was asked afterwards what happened, and he went, "Well, he didn't like being taken off, basically." But
you can't keep chopping and these players are trying to establish themselves in the new league. You got to give them a consistent run of time.
But I think
and
in this case, I'm
what-
not here to defend Moyes, but on this case,
Of course you
he was
are.
on a yellow. He probably did do we've seen that if you think a player's been a bit hot-headed, you don't want him to get a red card. You do swap him out. That is a tactic. Other managers do, not just shit managers like Moyes.
Yeah, I didn't see a problem. Yeah, the thing with Paquetá for me is that you think, right, we've signed a Brazilian international. This is fantastic. And then what you find is we've signed, the water carrier for Brazil.
Harsh.
Well, no, because that's the position he plays from, Sean. He ain't a razzmatazz Brazilian, is he? Tricks and skills and all stuff like that.
No.
He does
Well,
all
he
the
plays
donkey
in a
work.
couple. He
Yeah.
plays in a couple of positions for Brazil.
Yeah, but let's face it. He's a second string Casemiro, isn't he? Because he's the kingpin of the centre of Brazil, and Paquetá's the big part player.
He has a little. He's slightly different.
People have been blinded by, I don't know. All I keep hearing is he's got the Italian number 9 sitting on the bench. He ain't got the Italian number 9 sitting on the bench because even the Italian manager don't rate him anymore. The reason why he cups his ear is because Italian fans don't rate him. He's appeared 9 times for Italy and ain't scored a goal. They don't. The funny enough, Italian fans. I said it. What the CAF bloke George said. Tony at George's cap in Leytonstone, who watches. He's Italian. So when we bought him, not too sure about him. And he's been proved right. When you talk to Italian people that watch Italian football, they don't rate Scamacca.
I don't think he has been proved right, and that's the thing. I don't think he's had a fair crack at it.
I don't know. Do you know what? I watched him come on against Larnaca, and
He's gone now. He's gone.
He just didn't. Yeah, but hold up. That's bad attitude. I'm sorry, John.
But that's bad management.
No, it's bad attitude because come on and prove him wrong. Because we'll believe in you. Yeah?
He don't care now. He's gone.
Well, then that's bad on him then,
He's
John.
linked in Milan now. He's
right,
off.
Well, that's fine. Then don't play him.
He's not going to, is he?
He's told, I mean, according to sources, not senior source, but sources, training ground sources, he has spoken to coaches and says he wants to stay in London and prove himself.
Well, he's got to do it then.
Yeah, I know.
I'm sorry, I saw nothing in Cyprus.
When the story came out, that's what I was told. But who knows? He may tell a lot of people.
He just stands around. He comes on the pitch, and for me, this might be harsh. I don't see effort.
You hate
for
him already. No,
I don't hate him. I just don't see any effort. I want him to run around. I want him to score goals. I want him to prove what people see in him. I just don't see it in him. I've always never been a fan of Italian strikers. To be fair,
Other than Paolo.
But Paolo was a magician, wasn't he?
Yeah.
He's going to be another Haller. He's got it, but he's not going to show it for us.
Haller was doing it for Frankfurt. He was doing it for Sassuolo. There's a big difference there. And if you look at his goal record in Italy, I know he was only young, but it still weren't fantastic. The best season he had, I think he got 14, 15 goals.
Yeah.
So this is where you think, but this is where for me now, I then look at the transfer people and everything. There was a great headline, I think it was in the Mirror this week, and it said West Ham buy lottery tickets while Brighton bide their time, and I think that sums it up in a nutshell. Where if you look at our transfer dealings, at 3 times the money that Brighton spends, we are going out and buying lottery tickets. Scamacca was a lottery ticket. Paquetá, he was a lottery ticket. You don't know if they're going to be able to do it because we don't do our own work properly. We're dazzled by this, that we allow agents to fester into the club too much. And, I don't know about Newsom or whatever his name is. Newman. But when he joined the club, and I listened to a Bristol City podcast that he did, where his claim to fame was finding David Villa, and you think, well, that is a great find, but that was 10, 11 years ago, and if that's all you can come up with for 10, 11 years of Man City, no wonder they were prepared to let you go to West Ham, because he'd probably gone stale, and there is a worry there. And also the worry is that he's so close to David Moyes that when Moyes goes, he goes. Everything, it's a house of cards, and you pull the one out at the bottom, and it's all going to come tumbling down. And I think it started.
Yep.
Well, yeah, I agree, but I think from what I've seen of him, I think he's got it, and I think he will prove it. But only time will tell. But he hasn't had a fair crack at the whip, and Moyes hasn't managed him very well.
Well, I would start him against Larnaca. And if I'm David Moyes, I'm going there and going, right, you go out there. You show me while I'm wrong.
Can I say something about the game now, since you didn't ask me?
Are you still here? Go on.
Yeah. The one person we didn't mention, I thought who was immense, was Zuma. It's so good to have Zuma in. He got right stuck in the game, and I thought, great to have him back. I mean, not that it helped us having Kira, but with him and Agur had a good game as well. They're a great pairing. And I would hope...
Who did Watkins out jump though to head the ball in?
I haven't seen it. I didn't watch Match of the Day out of solidarity. So I
don't
don't
be
ever
a
watch
bear.
Match of the
Oh
Day.
my
I
god!
don't ever watch Match of the Day, to be honest.
I implore you to, on the Woody box, to watch the Premier League replays and watch it and just watch Suchek. It is.
Who jumped? Go on then, tell me.
He don't do anything.
No, I'm asking Nigel. Who?
I don't know. It was either a Gerd or Zuma.
Oh, was it?
Well,
Yeah.
it was the centre halves. Kehrer was out wide. Kehrer was out of
I'll have to
position.
look at that.
So one of the
I
centre
think-
halves
I
was
would be
marking him.
surprised if it was Zuma.
Oh, he was in between the two of them. I think it was Zuma.
Yeah.
Well,
who
one
missed
of them
the ball.
challenged.
He was right in. Watkins was right in between the two of them.
It was against the run of play. Anyway, stats.
It was their first. It was their first
I know.
attack.
Yeah, but they did attack better than us, didn't they?
West Ham only had 41% possession at home to Villa's 59. We had 17 shots, 6 on target. They had 12 and 4 on targets. We had 13 corners to their 2. It used to be when corners were our thing.
Yeah.
And corner after corner after corner, no result. We just can't hit. And look, I said wrongly, right, because I got a lot of grief on Twitter, respect the point. Jesus, did I get a lot of grief over that. You know, a point's a point.
You
you know?
deserve a bit of grief over it.
Hang on, we're fighting in a relegation battle.
We
with
need to
9
fight
other
fucking
clubs.
harder. The point's
you've-
not good enough then, is
The
it?
point was, we were unlucky.
No, Sean.
It could have been a win. Sorry.
Yeah, but
Sorry,
it wasn't, was it?
It
We need
could
to
have
get
been,
real
though.
now, Sean.
It could have been. And we
Stop
accept
it,
the
Sean.
point. We could have lost.
Sean.
We could have lost.
Stop it. We didn't
could have
lose.
lost.
We didn't lose. And the payoff
Respect
was
the
bigger
point.
to
Respect the point.
Sean.
Respect
It's
the point.
simple maths. 3 points in a relegation battle is worth 3 times as much as
I
1
get that.
point.
But you know what? That point might save us. Right?
So it was a Gerdie out jumped.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Zuma was nowhere. I'm not going to defend Sean here, but at the end of the day, I don't think it's a bad point. I think when you where we are, I think
Philip's doing well.
You didn't tweet it though, did you, Nigel?
no, but he does that to get a rise out
Yeah.
of people. It's the old Allardyce thing and whatever. But it ain't about respecting the point. The substitution of when he brought on up front instead of out wide Cornet, I thought was a brave move. Funny enough, but it's backfired. It's sort of backfired because every run he made, he was offside.
Yeah.
And what is he going to do? You know, Moyes didn't know that he was going to have 6 minutes. And so he had 10 minutes on the pitch. You know, no one's going to get a feel of a game for 10
Not
minutes.
really, no.
So there is a disappointment in that I think Villa were there for the take, and they didn't really cause us much trouble.
No, they was having an off day.
But I will take the point against Aston Villa. I will.
Where are they now in the league?
Yeah,
Watkins
yeah, but
has done well,
no,
isn't he?
that's
11th
what I'm saying.
or something.
They're 11th. Yeah.
Well, they were below us, weren't they, when we beat them?
Yeah, but I mean, under Unai Emery, they're 4th. So if you strip out everything, that they're the 4th best team form-wise
Yeah,
since
they're going
Unai
to.
Emery's
How
took
did
over.
that happen? They changed their manager.
Well,
today.
they brought in a manager that we turned down, or turned us down. He definitely got interviewed for the job at some point.
Doesn't speak English, apparently.
So, well, he does
Well,
on
have
the
you not
TV
seen-
show.
have you not seen
Yeah,
him
I
in an
have.
interview?
I've seen him.
So-
I know.
It's like, do you just repeat the shit you're told, Sean?
Yeah.
Or do you ever look into it yourself?
No.
Just does
I
what
don't watch a
Sullivan
match
tells
today.
you.
We got Southampton coming up, and then Newcastle, and 3 to 4 points out of those 2 games.
We get 0 out of those 2.
20
Southampton always beat us.
Ollie Watkins has scored 25 goals in his 2 seasons in the Premier League.
Yeah, but he's just scored 4 away games on the trot, which is a Villa
Yeah.
record.
I
So
thought it was 5, but okay.
yeah.
We could, going into this Southampton game and next game, because we're not playing, we could well be at the bottom of the league. Which going to put a big different dynamic.
Yeah, but you got you say that, and this is the thing where at the end of the day, we're supposed to be playing Man City away. We
Yeah.
probably know how that would end.
Yeah.
So I don't counter games in hand, but that wouldn't bother me going into that Southampton
It
game.
wouldn't bother you. But there's plenty of people in the stadium and in the team who it would bother.
Yeah, but it's actually when it would bother me would be after the Southampton game.
Yeah.
If
We
we're still
struggle. We struggle against Southampton all the time.
there. Well, there's always a time for a change. They're not doing. The reason they're bottom, and this is what cracks me up. I get it. I see it quite a lot. It's inevitable. We're going down now. A point against Villa's not good enough. That's it. We're relegated. And you're thinking, well, we're not in the bottom three, people. So technically, there are three worse teams than us at the moment.
We're out of the relegation zone temporarily.
And the
goal difference,
and
I know.
the mad thing about it is that if we'd have only lost 3-0 last week to Brighton instead of 4, we'd have been above Leicester on goal scores. So, if we'd lost 2-0, we'd have been above Leicester on goal difference. So
how many games do we need to win? Do you think?
Well, look, I consider people shoot me down, so I'll do it now. So these are where I see wins coming from. I think we'll beat Southampton. I think we'll beat Fulham away. I'll go.
Do you really?
Yeah, I do. I can see us beating Fulham away. We've beaten them at home this season already. I think we can do well with Fulham away. We've also got to play Leeds and Leicester, the last two games of the season. Yeah, I know, But anyway, and I think I think Crystal Palace away. Let's face it, people keep going on about, people looking at Crystal Palace the 12th. They're 3 points above us. We've got a better goal difference in. They've not had a shot on target in 3 games.
No.
They are a team in it. So these are the games I can see us winning. We can get a few draws as well. We can get a draw against Newcastle. They're not pulling up trees.
So what do we need? Do you think?
I can't see
So
Newcastle.
that gives
no
us
one
what,
knows
that's
what
9
we need.
points.
I don't, no, so I can see us getting 15, 16 points. So I don't know who that is. That's my work phone. They can piss off.
Or 6.
So
And he's going to get another 3 from the.
so I can see us. I can see us getting like 16, 17 points.
We're safe then.
Well, it is a funny thing. Nobody knows, and this is the thing. Nobody knows how many points it's going to be needed this season to stay up. It looks like it won't be 40. When we stayed up with 35, which is a lot of teams have stayed up with 35. 31 points would have kept us up that season. Now, I do believe we need more points than that because everybody's picking up points. I think we need to get 37, 39 points. Now, we got 39 points under Moyes before. I think 39 points is achievable with what we got at the moment. I do think it. I've seen us surpass that with this amount of games to go. When we can all point back. Yes, we had Carlos Tevez in the team, but he weren't firing. But with 9 games to go, we then won 7 where we had lost.
Yeah, but that's what it could come down to a point. It could come down to goal difference. It's going to be it's too difficult to predict, and a team, and there's 9 in the relegation battle.
Yeah.
Could go down on 1 goal difference, or even same goal difference. And what does it go? Home and away games? What does it go?
No, those goals scored.
Where's all this talk of Moyes has lost the dressing room, the players are upset?
That's come from
why does all this now go away and everyone's going to fight and try and do it now?
So if it's interesting actually because there's a number of stories come out. So you pointed me to one. One was obviously Jacob Steinberg about a week ago said people are unhappy with.
And he is well connected, isn't he? Let's not.
Yeah.
In regard to West Ham,
he is a proper journalist, isn't he, Sean?
But he listens to a lot of agents as well. That's just.
But he's a proper journalist.
He is right, yeah. But so are a number of others that we're going to talk about as well.
And some
Matt Law. Well, Matt Law then talks about in the Telegraph, which you sent us, John, about.
West Ham sleepwalking.
Do West Ham know they're in a relegation battle? And then Ladyboy, what's his name?
Ladyman, Ian.
Ladyboy.
Ladyboy. Ian Ladyman.
Ting Tong.
Who only started his new job on Friday and it was already Sullivan's bitch.
And so, well, I don't know if he is. I've never heard of him, knowing Sullivan. But,
Well, he's now
He is
West
now
Ham's
as the
least.
editor.
well,
He's-
he may know. I don't know. He might know the head of media. He might know.
He's now
More
West
likely
Ham's
Moyes.
least favourite
Moyes has got
journalist.
a lot of. And he wrote 2 articles today. One
Yeah,
Slagging off the
suspicious.
fans.
saying sacking Moyes will make no difference, and then his second one said blaming the fans, saying they shouldn't have booed, and it was their fault because they didn't make any atmosphere and didn't make any noise.
The first cut of it
and didn't
looked
get behind the
nothing
team.
like a professional written article. It looked like a complete cut and paste job.
He also didn't call him David Moyes.
No, Davis Moyes.
So look, I don't know Ian, lady man, not lady boy. But look, each their own. There's a lot of stories being written. Moyes is very well connected with the media. A lot of media people like him. A lot of journalists like him. So don't think it's all senior source and Brady and media manipulation. Moyes does all right with. He's got his little tame journalists as well. But not a big reveal. But the latest situation, so obviously Jim White said, and I wasn't around last week, Jim White talked to, that's all right, we know it was Sullivan, he spoke to Sullivan, and he said, well, he'd be around even if we're relegated. I think that was a bit of a flippant remark, because
Yeah, he's just a fucking wind-up merchant.
Certainly when I asked the question, I was told, but we ain't getting relegated. It really doesn't believe we're going to get relegated. So sort of very flippant. The interesting story, and I'm going to be careful what I say, where in the past, the senior source has been very, very clear. David Moyes is our manager. We support him. If we were looking for someone else, it would be David Moyes, right? I don't know if you've seen that meme.
It makes
going,
no sense at
number
all.
4 coming off and the number 4 coming on, right? So now the language has slightly changed since the weekend, which is there's no one available. What do you want us to do? There is no one available that is any better. Basically, there is a proviso. There is no one available that's any better, which isn't a complete vote of confidence. I think if someone did become available, I'm reading between the lines here, if someone did become available, I'm not saying just Potter, but then I think that may change.
Well, that's just a sad indictment of an extremely badly run football club.
Well, it may be. I'm just
So it's like
isn't Scott Parker available now?
yeah, all right.
Fucking hell.
Wouldn't you not want? Come on, Len. You wouldn't want Scott Parker.
His record's pretty bad, Sean.
How about Carrick?
Oh, that Carrick, I'll give him a go.
He was linked and he was asked and he said he was very flattered to be linked with West Ham, but he was concentrating on Middlesbrough. He would jump at the shot.
What about Jermaine Defoe?
Ooh. Where's he managing?
Got management experience, is he?
No, but he's doing a new podcast where he's training to be a manager, and it's quite interesting. No, it's quite interesting because he's going round, visiting, talking to a lot of people in the game, and he's doing the preparation. It's a bit of a different way of doing it. And he did say, when asked like what club he'd like to manage, yeah, I think the ultimate dream was Tottenham, but he said he'd love to manage any of his ex-clubs, any one of them.
How about
I
Will
know
Steele?
So, about what?
Will Steele.
Unbeaten in 19 league games?
I don't think that's true, is it?
It is. He's lost a cup game, but he hasn't lost any league games. Only League One games. He's unbeaten in 19 games in the league.
Well, look, he's the flavour of the month because of his story.
Yeah.
Yeah. At the end of the day, I'm not anti Will Steele or whatever. Listen, what I didn't want, and I still don't want is I'm still sort of manager ambivalent. If he stays, he stays. If he goes, he goes. I don't lose sleep either way. I hope he stays, because if he stays, it means he's been successful, and I hope he only stays if he's successful.
Well,
and
Let me ask you a question, all of you a question, and it was a question asked by Ladyboy. Sorry, Ladyman. Is it too late to make a difference?
No.
Is it too late that actually he said
If
the
they
chaos
if they got
would make
if
a
they got
difference?
rid of Moyes and put Nolan in charge and put someone with him, they'd probably have a reaction.
No, I don't. I think it is too late.
Okay.
I do. It's not about too late. Yeah, you just look. Let's see it out till the end.
The thing is, if it's true and it's how it looks, that he's lost the dressing room and the players ain't got faith in him, then I don't think it can ever be too late.
Okay.
And I can't understand from the point of view from you, for instance, Nigel, how much you hated and disliked like the Allardyce regime and the
Yep.
style of football.
Yeah.
And now you can be so ambivalent about Moyes and the
No,
style of football he's producing.
and here I would, Allardyce, Moyes' football is not get a big lump like Andy Carroll, stick him up top and lump the ball up to
It
him.
is so dire though, isn't it?
It's not working, yeah. And so when it don't work, it looks bad. But we had that under Frank Ozola. We had that under Avram Grant. We had that under John Len, believe it or not. Yeah, we had that under Harry Redknapp. When it didn't work, it was bloody crap. And there was no one, and this is the thing, yeah. I tell you, it really didn't work under, and it was really bad. And I did lose a lot of faith. It was under Billy Bonds. It was dire when it was bad.
But he's the football he's produced all the time he's been with us. I mean, we all he stabilised the position we were in, and then he turned us into a counter-attacking team, so we don't hand over possession and then hit people on the break. But we've never ever been a team that's produced a really stylish game of football.
Have we ever been a team that does that, John? In all seriousness,
in some respects, under Redknapp we did.
yeah.
Nigel, none of them players, none of them managers you mentioned ever spent £200 million in a season on
No,
players.
but now I'm not here to defend Moyes. But what I'm here to say is, people get hang their hats on these things. He spent £200 million on 10 players.
Right.
Yeah, what do you get? You don't get a lot. You don't get a lot.
Well, you can if you do it well, if you're good at it.
Well, we haven't though.
But if they're his choice of players,
No, yeah.
which they are, and he's falling out with them.
I would have preferred, and this is the thing, I would have preferred they'd have spent £200 million on 5 players. Yeah? Because that way you've increased the quality. He's packed the team out. But then again...
But you're talking about a man who don't use the...
No, but this is the mad thing is...
Up.
Last season we knew he liked to run a tight ship. But then he had to lose 4 or 5 of them. We've got the same problem going, and this is the thing. There is what worries me. Where actually, come the end of the season, if you don't win anything, no matter what happens, I think he does need to move on, because we've got the same thing to happen again. And I think if he stays next season, it's twofold. It's toxic with the fan base, so that has to be stopped, because you have to move as a club together. But secondly, we've got to replace another load of players that are coming to the end of their West Ham careers. The Ogbonners, the Creswells. You've got to start, and I think we need to do that with a new manager, not one where it's got to this position.
When Bilic came in, he made wholesale changes, and it worked because everyone was fresh.
Yeah.
There was no preconception.
That's it.
And of course, Antonio had to buy his time.
And he can't moan, Moyes, because he had a transfer window where he bought no one. And I did say at the time, the only thing what he's done there is, if he don't want to buy anyone, whatever, but he's missed a chance here to bring people in to squad to save it happening all in one go.
Well, that was when we were just starting the run he's in now. That window was at the beginning of the run we're in now, where it was like, how many was it? 15 wins in 53 games or something since. Or
for it.
If you look as well in the never, I can't think of one time. Buying a lot of players in the transfer window is a very modern thing. We never used to, even when transfer windows come about. We used to buy 1 or 2 players in the summer. Not many. Harry used to bring a few in, move a few out, but nothing like what happens now. So if you go back to the first season at Upton Park when we done this, we had a really poor season. The first season at London Stadium. We brought in 7-8 players. The Gokhan Tours, the Norvite, names people forgot about. They were that bad. Zaza, all moved on pretty quickly. Andre Ayew. Then we done it again under Pellegrini, and it ended up with Pellegrini getting sacked in the December. Now we've done it with Moyes. West Ham and spending money, big money, or not so much money. West Ham bringing in 7-8 players, it's a bad thing.
Yeah.
That's why you got to have evolution, not revolution. And when I say that, I talk about the playing side. You have to evolve it. And next season, I can just see more pain.
Yeah, me too.
But hey,
Very
we could
much
win
so.
a European trophy. Look on the bright side.
Well, we'll wait and see. Wait and see till we do get a non-Farmers League team.
Well, yeah, we can live in that. It's luck of the draw, the cup, though, isn't it? Luck of the draw,
I'll tell you what, someone said this today. If we get Lazio in the next round, that stadium, so it's going to be half empty on Thursday. We get Lazio,
Yeah, it'll be
that
packed.
place is going to sell out, isn't it?
Yeah, it'll be packed.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we showed that.
Well, I don't think Lazio's going to get through, are they? They're 1-0 down, aren't they?
Yeah, but they're
Plenty of time to go. They'll have a leg.
who they playing? When the Dutch team was it? But they lost the home leg 2-1, I think. So it's
Oh, is it 2-1?
yeah. I mean, you look Fiorentina, Villarreal, even Nice probably could. They've got Aaron Ramsey, they've got Schmeichel in goal. They're owned by the bloke that wants to buy Man United, Ratcliffe. So they've been bankrolled a bit. So you don't know, do you? Last season Frankfurt were absolutely poor. One of their poorest seasons in the Bundesliga last season, Frankfurt. But they put their hat into winning the Europa League, and it paid off, didn't it? I said something on Carrot and Blues a while ago, and I still maintain it, is that at the start of the season, a lot of people came out and said, I'll be happy with 17th and win the Europa Conference. And I said, well,
Well, that ain't happened yet, though.
well, no, right, but this is where I said something. I said, I've got the bollocks to see us go through a season where we finish 17th to win that. It does seem like a lot of people haven't. And what I mean is, if you're finishing 17th, there's a good chance you're going to be crisscrossing the bottom 3 and without panicking. So I can hold my nerve. But then again, that's easy to say. I really do not give a toss what league we play in.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Episode 1 done.
News, Sean, or anything you want to say? Anything you want to add?
I don't think so.
Any arse licking you want to do? Do you want to,
injuries?
pull your
Injuries,
tongue out
we
of
know.
Brady's minge or something?
Look, I'll talk to you in a minute.
She never
Injuries.
forgets.
Mikel Antonio had a kick to his calf on Thursday. He failed a late fitness test. Should be free, recovered. We know that Sufau is out for some time. I forgot, what was it?
Fasciitis.
It's not good. Apparently, a few people have written.
Eye
to me
jumpers
saying
injury.
One of my daughters had it.
It goes on for a long time, and it can
Yeah.
be,
You have to do exercises and things to get rid of it.
We saw Fad back in his mask on Thursday, and he should be back after the international break. They're saying Sufau could be back after the international break, and the rest are fit. So we should be good. Look, what you're referring to is, and I'm going to fight for myself and say again, I get grief. I highlighted, as you know, on 6'2", that P1.
No,
channel,
leave
hang
it.
on,
I don't want. No, we don't want to talk, Sean.
All right, well then we won't. Then why did you start and then?
Well, I
saying
didn't
that
know you was going to bring that up.
Right, fine. We don't talk about it then.
I've not. You brought it up.
Right, fine.
But people don't care, Sean.
Well, it's just not the problem of the club. P1 Travel did something wrong. It was highlighted. The club sorted it out.
Stop
All you need
sticking
to
up
know.
for the club. We don't give a fuck.
All right, fair enough. But just things. Sometimes they can get stuff right. Even a clock.
No, after they get it wrong, stop it, Sean.
You know though, and this is the thing, yeah. You don't ever go out and criticise them for doing the deal with P1 in the beginning. No one put a gun to their head and said, "Do a deal with this
but you
thing."
know what? And I was speaking.
No. I don't want to
Nicky
hear about
Hawkins.
£2 million or whatever they give us.
Nicky Hawkins, I was saying. At the end of the day, right? None of the directors take a dividend, right? So at the end of the day, all the money comes
Sean.
in.
Do it for love.
No, listen.
Can I? Bless them. I feel sorry for them, really.
Yeah.
What can we do to improve the atmosphere at the ground, though?
I don't
Is there
know.
anything we can do?
Yeah, I've done it. Mute button.
You muted him.
So there you go. I don't know if he's still talking. You stop talking.
I stopped talking.
All right, I'll let you back on
If you
there.
don't want to know how football is, sausages are made.
There we go. It's a mute
We'd
button.
love
That's
to
what
go.
we need at the
We're not
It's
stadium.
a constant defence of the fucking club. Jesus Christ.
Well,
It's a
until-
constant go at the club by certain. So
Sean,
there's no-
because we're having a go at them of their initial decision,
do
right?
they set out your life to make your life miserable?
I think they must
really
fucking
No,
do.
They don't. Do they set out to put their money into this club and say,
No,
Oh,
wait,
fuck off.
Sean,
Mute
Sean.
him again. Fucking mute him.
So what
So-
they do is they hawk us out to anybody willing to put a shilling into the club. We probably got official toothpaste, official
And everybody
toothbrush.
does that.
And
Everybody does
no, Sean. And this is my argument. If I stood in front of them again, if I was ever on this about, I'd say to them, everybody does it. I thought we were more than a football club. We
Yeah.
don't have
you
to
know
be
what?
like them.
All right, so
Be
for
different. Be the club that rises above it.
every sponsorship you get, it's all about the differences. You know this, right? TV money, everyone gets roughly the same. The only thing that makes difference is tickets and sponsorship.
Sean,
Well, they've
what
ruined
sponsor-
that then,
what's
didn't
it
they?
make
Ruined
it
the
money?
tickets.
What sponsorship money does it do? Does it really make that much difference?
Our commercial activities earns about 37 million pounds, right? I know Nicky Hawkins.
Hold up, and how
me,
much does it cost
right?
to run the commercial department? And
Well,
when
it
you
doesn't
say
cost that
commercial,
much.
hold up, when you say commercial, how are you breaking this down? You including corporate sales and tickets?
I'm including corporate and
What, corporate
and
tickets, season
corporate
tickets and all
tickets?
that?
Yeah, of course it is.
Well, then you
yeah.
can't include that.
Well,
I'm
we can.
talking about how much, why
About-
either, let's get this, we've got an official airline, yeah? Did they go to that airline and say, can you put flights on for our fans to
No,
fly
of
to
course
away
they don't.
games?
They
So
don't.
what's
They
the
pay
fucking
money.
point of having
They
either
pay
air then?
£1 million to
What
be
is
a
the point
Yeah.
of having an official airline, if you cannot then go to them and
Yeah.
say, can we have 2 of your planes to fly our fans from London to Cyprus
how it works.
for a fair... No, Sean, that is how it works. If you want to be able to make it that way, they choose not to. And the problem is, you don't ever see
All
that.
right. Well,
you
let me
don't
just
ever
say
say
about
that.
the money. We earn £43 million from ticket. Nicky Hawkins was saying to me on Twitter, ticket money doesn't matter, right? Why does it matter on ticket money? £43 million. Right? We always want. I know we've signed rubbish strikers. We spent £200 million. That £200 million comes from sponsorship deals
Rubbish striking.
And-
There's you giving it that now. It's
and
just a
and
rubbish
ticket
strike.
money. At the end of the day, money pays for Premier League. You can't just sit there and go, I'm just going to take the TV money and let's let the people in for free. So our fans
but we're not saying
don't want
that,
the high
Sean.
season tickets. They don't want the sponsorship, but they want us to compete and get in the top 6. It does not compute. It does not compute.
Sean, I'm telling
You can't
you,
have everything.
the
Well,
money they
tell
get
that to
from
Brighton
either
fans
air,
and
Yeah.
does
Brentford
not, yeah.
fans, and
I was just about to say that.
tell that to fans of clubs that are treated
Well, have a look
Yeah,
at
where
Brighton.
has this
with
got us?
respect and,
Yeah.
and with a bit of consideration,
Brighton spent
which our fan base,
they spent a lot of money, John.
our fan base
Sean.
are not treated with any respect or any consideration. They just don't give a shit. And this whole thing of the Larnaca ticketing shows you exactly what they think of you.
Well,
And
Larnaca ticking. I don't know which one you're talking about. The away
I'm talking
one or
about the home game now. The way
What
that's
about it? They gave money
What
back.
about
They
it? Oh,
overpriced
come
it.
on, Sean.
Hang on. They overpriced it to begin with.
they don't give a shit, Sean. They don't give a
before
shit
they
about
did,
the fans.
they're just trying to get money in, right? They're trying to get cash flow in, and they're trying to make as much money before it was known, and relying on loyal fans. Absolutely. And I'm one of those persons who signed up before knowing. No, I didn't. I signed up after the opposition, but I still
Thank fuck for that.
plus
We
£1.
We don't even have to talk about the fucking three of them, or two of them now. Why? All the time, why are you defending them?
I'm not defending them.
You don't fucking
I'm
stop
defending
defending
the club.
them.
I'm saying the club needs to make money. It's not.
We all know that. Don't fucking throw it down our
it
fucking
doesn't.
throats.
People say they want cheap tickets.
But you don't
They
have
want
to
those
keep making
sponsors.
bad decisions based on money. It's two different things.
Nigel
We're the
saying-
17th richest club in the world, right, Sean?
Well, that
It's
doesn't
got
mean
us
anything.
nowhere.
That doesn't mean anything.
I know,
it
it's got
doesn't
us
mean
nowhere.
anything.
But you're the one saying, we need the money, we need the money, we need the money. Brighton don't need the money, Brentford don't need the money.
Yes, they do.
They're not the 17th richest club in the world, are they? All I'm saying is,
You know what? You look at the Premier League. And
all
they're
I'm
all
saying
in the
is,
top
for the
40.
give or take the couple of £100 here and there, I'd rather have a claret and blue Adidas shirt and drop a bit of sponsor money than have a fucking white and orange Umbro one. And do you know what? You'll sell more as well and make that money up. Not those cunts. They're always just worried about a bottom line. They don't give a fuck about what the fans want. Am I right or wrong?
You're wrong.
You're right. You're right. They got no consideration for the
No,
fan
they
base.
don't care at all.
Just all they think about is how they can get more money out of us, and
Yeah,
that's
but
it.
it's not their money, is it? Right? So when you say that, they're not putting money, they're not taking dividends from the club and
We
transferring.
don't care about it. You're the only one mentioning that, Sean.
But people
Please
do
stop
think
it.
they're trying to make money out of us. Well, the money goes back into the club.
Stop
pays
it.
the wages.
Stop it.
I'll move on.
Hold on a
Move
minute.
on.
So how much does Brady earn out of it?
Brady earns
Quite a lot.
900,000 basically.
Plus how much ever bonus? She seems to get
Well, she
about
got
£1 million
for
bonus every now and
introducing,
again.
Kredinsky, yeah.
She gets like £1 million
Hold up, Sean.
bonus
She
for
got a
tying
bonus
a
for the move
shoelace.
to the stadium. She got a bonus for bringing in Chip Smith. She got a
Yeah.
bonus for bringing in Kretinsky.
Yeah, but over 10 years, 1 million each. So she only got 3 million for those.
Fucking hell.
Anyway,
All right. Well,
Brady out.
yeah.
Brady out.
Brady out. And a lot. I'll tell you, and I'll stand by this, you know. I said to someone at the weekend, I'm a bit disappointed, really, that David Gold died. And the disappointment comes in the fact is that I do hope, there's a bit of me well, not a bit of me, there's a big bit of me that's, in a way, I hope we go down. And I do hope we go down. And I want us to go down as punishment to them.
Yeah,
I want them to suffer. And actually, there'll be a bit of me that'll be disappointed that David Gold died and he's not here to see it as
You
well.
know, you're not the first person to say that to me today.
So that, and you know, I don't care if we go down. And there's a bit of me to think the club will come back. All these not doom and gloom merchants, whatever. At the end of the day, even if we did a Sunderland, you know, in 2 or 3 years, Sunderland will be playing Premier League football. It took Leeds 16 years. They're back now, and they had fun in the Champions League semi-final, people, to do it. So yeah, they paid a price, but they've paid it, and they're back and whatever. West Ham United will still exist. West Ham United will still play football. That's good enough for me, for whatever's left of it, to be fair. So
All
let
I'm
them
going to tell
suffer.
you, right?
Oh, here we go.
They're not going to sell out. I know the anniversary.
No, good. I hope
The
we go down
anniversary-
in. I hope we
the
go
Good,
down.
they can sit there and suffer it as well then,
The
Sean. We
anniversary's
don't want them
in
to
9
sell
days'
out.
time from 10 years of signing the. I know everybody's going, yeah, Sean, you're wrong. They're going to sell up. I can tell you that. David Sullen, no appetite to sell.
Do you know what, Sean? Though I'd
appetite
honestly
to buy.
believe if he was going to sell, he wouldn't tell you anyway.
Well, do you know what? I've talked to a number of people, and there is nothing set up. It won't happen. I have a little bet with you.
No, I don't disbelieve it, Sean.
It won't
I
happen
never
this
thought...
year. I'm not saying for the whole of 2023, nothing will happen.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Well, you need a buyer for starters.
Well, everyone's saying Kredinsky will just buy it. I mean,
Well,
if you read the paper,
you've
Kredinsky's going to buy it.
You've consistently told us that he's not going to buy it because that's
No,
not the sort of business he's in.
No, great. And I reached out to the
So
Gold family and
listen,
I've asked them as well.
I do listen to some of the things you say.
Wild speculation that they're going to sell out.
Well.
They're in it for the long haul. Grin it and bear it, boys.
Well,
Or not,
fucking
as
hell,
in
yeah.
my case. You know.
Yeah, and me.
Anyway, wrap it up, Nigel.
Right, okay. All right. I just want to say good
a
luck
fucking
to
sauce,
good luck to
isn't
EB because he was supposed to take off back to Cologne. It was good to have a chat with him in the supporters club after the game, and the poor bloke was still waiting for his flight to take off. And if his flight doesn't take off, if his flight don't take off by 10 o'clock, it means there's no planes are allowed to land in Cologne after midnight. He's got a problem, but he did send me a message because he said he's waiting for his flight off. He said not that I'm bored, but Scamata's sitting next to me waiting for his flight to Italy, and he's unburdening his heart to me. He says my Italian ain't brilliant. For what I understand, is Moyes is a cunt. So on that note, people, from our loyal German supporter, I bid you farewell until you'll all resume again the other side
Aren't we doing predictions?
for question time. Oh
We're
yeah,
going to know
We
the
ain't got-
Larnaca one.
yeah. Go on in.
So
Predict
we've got
Larnaca.
Larnaca, yeah.
That's it.
I think another 2-0. Why not?
Okay, John.
2-1 to West Ham.
1.
Yeah, I think they'll score.
Fucking hell.
They had a bit of pressure, didn't they?
They did.
I think they'll have a day out.
Yeah,
I think
they'll
they'll
enjoy
just.
it.
I think
Why
they'll
with
just
me?
they'll have a run at it.
3-1.
1 and 1. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
Cool.
5-0.
Oh,
Anyway, right, we're going to smash the fucking arsehole out of them. Right, there you go, people. Let's see what comes in. See you
bolt.
soon. Yeah,
see ya.
let's play the right thing. Here we go.
Bye.
Bobby Moore.
Come on, you.
More than just a podcast. Bobby Moore. More than just a podcast.